we will put you over our knee and spank you like a little child, but it will be with a ton of jail time. Do you understand?
Remember me?
You're going to try that? Yeah, I mean, once again, when you put your hands around somebody's throat and squeeze, there's only one thing that's intended to do: kill. Kill. On the other hand, are working vigorously to dissolve a family.
Mm-hmm. I just had the indictment.
Let me see it.
You want the PC?
Yeah.
I'm printing out the indictment, but I did not.
Let's see. Destroy an automobile by jumping on and kicking said car, throwing an unknown object at said car without the consent of Carolyn Evans, the owner of the vehicle. Another woman is a complainant. Another girl. You just don't know the meaning of love, do you? No, you don't. It has nothing to do with violence. But this is the third female that you are in a relationship with that you've assaulted or was involved in assaulting your property. Hearing to support the indictment to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this third-degree felony. I'm following this agreement. You were hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 5 years. And you will be given credit for all time that is credit worthy. You don't continue to commit assaultive behavior, especially on family members, and expect the punishment to get lighter. It steps up because you're not getting it. It's not getting through you that if you have an anger management problem, it's not for a bunch of strangers to force you into that. You need to take your own responsibilities and independently go help yourself like everybody else does. We're all imperfect. We all make mistakes. It's how you deal with your mistakes and fix them until you bring up a lengthy criminal history. That's the difference.
When you not good?
Yes, sir. No, I'm going to need like a copy of the pre-sentence report, if y'all be so kind. The name is familiar. The life of man.
Oh, it's familiar to me. Remember that video well. Maybe get that video. We still didn't want to be here. Here.
Well, he was sentenced to 5 years, right?
Yes, sir.
When was that? When did I do that? November?
November 16th.
Okay, you are Lynn LaSalle Jr., correct?
Yes, sir.
We are here in 21-37916. You were sentenced to 5 years in prison upon an agreement where there was a cap of 5 years for a third degree felony of assault family member. You know, Mr. Burbank, your attorney here has filed a motion for what is called shock probation. This got close.
It is. So. Because February's in there, works out. Go ahead. I refresh my memory on this.
Your Honor, this, I believe, had to do with the relationship between this child and the child's mother. It was an ongoing thing with several instances. Because of the past one, I believe at a gas station, you sentenced him to 5 years. Since that time, I have had contact with his family. I think one member of the family, his father, works for TDC or Department of Correction. And we have been talking to. It appears that maybe Mr. LaSalle has now gotten a taste of what he's looking forward to if he doesn't change his ways, as the court pointed out during sentencing when it was a hearing. That at length, the issue was how you treat somebody that, you have a child with or a family relationship. As the court's well aware, if he's the first time, and it's June 12th, somewhere around there, he's probably going to be close, if not to get out. He has,
Say that again then? What did you just say about him?
June 12th, he will probably be released because this is his first time at TDC,
You mean next month?
next month. Mhm.
And he'd be paroled.
He'd be paroled. Or he could, and that will be up for the remainder of the 5 years. Or this court has the option of deferred. The only question I have is whether or not, I believe if he accepts.
Wait.
Well, he found guilt, I guess it's regular probation.
Yeah,
It's regular
you're
probation.
not deferred.
I think we were into that before. But it,
I mean, I've already found him guilty. I can't unguilty him.
right. But my question is whether or not you're still stuck with the 5 years. Or can you go 10 over 10?
Well, the deal was a cap of 5, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
So
He's already been sentenced to 5 years,
Yeah,
so
so
I can just probate the 5.
probate the 5 for 10 years. I would sit it out, but I'm not in a
Sir?
orange. I would sit it out if I was that close instead of being under the supervision of this court for the next 10 years.
Well, okay. Yeah, let's practically look at that. Let's say I suspended the remainder for 10 years. What's the worst I can do?
5 years
And he's already been given credit for
since.
all but a month, right?
Yep.
So that's not much of a carrot to inspire.
But if he comes back, then they'll realize that he was given that TDC parole, will know that he was given the opportunity. They will also, well, I guess they wouldn't be out parole, but they will also see that he was given a chance, second chance, and it's failed. So he probably wouldn't make the first or second cut if he was brought back. But you're absolutely right; it's 5 years. But I think the question though, Judge, is, and what you talked about in reference to the hearing, what we had was whether or not he was going to change his ways, and that there was no way that he should have been acting the way he'd been acting in a couple of circumstances.
He's changed his ways.
But they also have a child together. So that's not going to go away. And so either he changes his ways or we're going to find out real fast and then we'll be back here. But there was a mention at one time at the last hearing to file possibly under consideration, not that he would do it. He did qualify. Child probation.
Objective getting out. Just looking at his past history, the revocations he's had on probation. This was a revocation of probation that I think that got him sent to prison. I don't think he's going to follow the rules. I think he needs to stay in prison. I don't know if he's going to make first parole or not. That's strictly up to the parole board, but he needs to be locked up as long as possible.
Actually, I think I have some of the kids in 8/23 to the sentencing on 11.
Okay. But there was the prior ones that I'm talking about, I guess would be the ones that he's had probation and he's violated and went to state jail on. Was the one before this. I'm sorry, I apologize. That's the one that he got revoked on a felony. And what changed now? I mean, all of a sudden here we are. He's had a chance to go to jail. He's had a chance to go to state jail, and now all of a sudden he's changed.
He's been confined.
Yes, sir.
Well,
That changes everybody.
well,
Pretty much.
it's the little white bus that goes to Huntsville. That's a big change.
I just wish the thought of it was enough to deter bad conduct. But it's what we have every day in this room. So let me think about it. What about you, Mr. LaSalle? What do you have to say?
I know I committed a crime in 2021, but my life changed. I
For the
got
better
a
or
career
worse?
for the better. I got a career and I had got custody of my daughter. And I was doing real good. I moved out of Jefferson County.
How old is your daughter?
She's 4.
How many children do you have?
I just had a baby in December. I have 3.
Same mother? Different mothers? How old are the children?
10, 4, and I just had 1 in December.
So you had 2 children when you committed this
I
offense.
had 1 while I was
And where would you be living?
in Houston.
Yeah.
Where you were living before?
Yeah. I still have my job and everything.
And what was that?
TVC, Taylor Homes and Compressors.
Children are,
Oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead. No.
What, say it again, where was it?
Turbine pumps and compressors in Pasadena.
In Pasadena? And what were you making an hour? $28 an hour?
Yeah.
And do you all live as a family?
$28 an hour?
Okay.
What is that? What is that annually? Do you know what that is annually? 70,000.
Yeah.
Then do you get overtime too?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. You can make close to 6 figures.
Right.
So you're wearing an orange jumpsuit and you're assaulting girls and you have 3 children and you hadn't figured this out, that this is not paying off big dividends in your life?
There was a rumor that my daughter was being touched. So this all this happened before I got my job and everything. I took my daughter and I moved.
Let me just ask you this. How many, I'm not talking about speeding tickets, Class C misdemeanors. How many convictions do you have?
Honestly, no.
What does that say about somebody? Honestly, you don't know?
I mean, I don't know what the definition of conviction like. I got some cases dismissed.
Trust me, you've been in this long enough, you know better. If you're a smart person, you know what it is. How many would you say,
I said,
sir?
probably. I think I heard you say 13, 10, something.
Yeah, it's in double figures.
I was wild and young, you know, I was doing dumb stuff.
Wait a second. You're here in an orange jumpsuit now. How old are you now?
37.
What's your excuse now? See, I mean, you've got to put those things behind you. You've got, all right, but. And this is obviously one of these situations, and I think you say here you have an anger management program, problem. What's that all about, do you think?
I learned to control my anger and my emotions. I learned
Do
that.
you understand everybody gets angry?
Yes, sir.
Everybody. Okay, all right. But we don't go and commit a crime when we get angry,
Sure.
generally. But we're going back here, sir, to 2006. Illegal possession of drugs, and then you were placed on probation in 08. Then it was revoked, and 45 days in jail. Then possession of controlled substance again later in 06, where you were on probation. You were on probation for two things at one time, drug cases, and you were revoked in both those cases in 2010. Then a DWI enhanced because the blood alcohol was too high. So that's in 2013, and that was a regular probation, but it was a conviction. It wasn't deferred. Then a possession of marijuana in 2018. And then rounding out the field, we have this assault family violence in 2019, which is separate and apart from this family violence in this case. And then in felony court, you got the 2014 criminal mischief. You were placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation. In 16, you were revoked and did 16 months in the state jail. And now it's this second assault on a family member. Yeah. But the problem is you were put on notice. I'm the kind of person that's sounds like what I would do. I would go through this deliberately over with you and go, can you explain this? But you knew family violence assaults had consequences back when you were dealt with in 2018. Was it the same person or a different person? Sir?
Same person.
Okay. Oh, that's too bad. Oh. Anything else anybody wants to add?
No,
All right, the court and Mr. LaSalle, I generally grant these, and Mr. Burbank is always top notch in his representation of people. But sometimes you can't make something that just can't work in the recipe. And there's another term for that, but I'm not going to use that. This is a recidivism, a repeat problem that you have had over a time period. And you have the people who are suffering are really aren't you. It's the children, your children, my God, who's taking, where's their father, and what do they say when people ask them, where's your father? It's embarrassing. But I see people here who really are hopeless. You don't seem to be. You seem to be able to manufacture an existence and a livelihood when you're not hurting people.
That's what we do.
Well, I wish you would have stopped about 10 times ago. The thing is you're coming up for parole here within 30 days, I believe. And you know how that works. And And then you will be on parole. I don't know how long the parole would last,
So 5 years.
till the 5 years calendar is up,
Yes, sir.
which is another 3 or 4, 3.5 or 4. And I don't think I can do much different than what the parole people can do, because it would be a supervision of sorts. And then the parole, and we're so inundated with these matters, that the parole people are competent to handle this. And there are consequences if you fail on parole, then you'd have to go back. But I don't believe what I could do would be really much in the way of, that was,
You could put them
I
out
could
for 10
revoke him
years.
for, I could revoke him for, sir,
You could put them out for supervision for 10 years.
I know, but he goes and spits in the, gets a traffic ticket, and then I can revoke him for 14 days. Or so really, that's about what it is, isn't it? You were, convicted, and then you had, how much time does he have credit for, please? Yes, and this is it's a quarter, right? It's a 1 quarter.
It's 181 days credit.
That's in 6 months.
That's just day for income.
They'll get- um, 15 month credit. Legal loans. And it's, I don't see where, what handle I have on. They're really in the consequence. And in fact, you'll probably get released much easier out of prison anyway, but they're in fine. They have others they're gonna have to keep. But the state is insistent, you're objecting to this.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna follow the state's recommendation. I'm going to deny this. And I just wish the circumstances were better and different. And you didn't have so many convictions that we'd have to deal with. And again, this is your second felony conviction. Plus the 5 misdemeanors. Plus the Class C misdemeanors, which are 13 of them. That adds up to 20 total. 20 total. Between these two. The 11 and then 1. 18.
Dr. Judge, you'd like to address the court.
I didn't have all the stuff I had going for me. This when I committed them crimes, I was just getting slapped on the wrist. I wouldn't like I got so much to lose, right? But like my job still ride with me. I'm just trying to get out. Like I'm not gonna mess with
Well,
that
you
girl.
had children.
Yeah, I didn't have no like when I was getting all these cases, I wasn't.
Well, how old is your oldest?
My oldest son 10, but I didn't know he was mine. I didn't know until I got out at 17. He's not even under my name. You know what I'm saying? I just got a relationship with him, and then I just found out when I'm in jail. I promise you, you give me 10 years probation. I will not. I promise you. Like I'm not gonna get in no trouble. I went 3 years without getting in no trouble after I set this case.
You're supposed to never
Yeah,
get
that's
any.
what I'm saying. I can do it.
I've never been arrested in my life.
I can do it. I can do 10 years.
What? But once
I can do it. I please, I beg you, man. I beg you, man.
Look,
I'm sorry.
your lawyer did a great job in capping, this
We didn't give up on me.
this
You know-
offense
you know I'm a good person.
to 5 years. And
I try to take things in my own hand, thinking I was doing the right thing. I thought my daughter was being touched. She had wingworm, she had diaper rash, she was leaking stuff. I got pictures of all this. They told me to delete the pictures. I tried to call the police. The police like, there's nothing we can do. I called CPS. I had to wait for CPS. The dude she was with called my phone, and I just spazzed out. I didn't know what to do. I tried to go by the right way. I know I'm trying to do the right thing. I moved away from the problem. I took my daughter, and raising her, sleeping in the same bed with her, bringing her to school, daycare, dressing her every morning. Please just give me another chance, man. 10 years, I can do 10 years.
another chance. That'd be your 18th.
I understand.
That's a great
Man,
thing,
I
sir.
grew up.
No,
This
no.
ain't a slap on the wrist this time. This is something serious this time.
How old are you
I'm
right
being
now?
locked up. I ain't never been locked up.
How old
like
are you?
this. I'm 37. I'm tired. I'm tired of going to jail.
You've been an adult more than half of your life.
I've been living with my parents most of my life. I just not getting
Whose
my own.
choice was
It
that?
was me. I was 4. I've been doing. I'm on my own
And
now.
I'm looking at the pre-sentence report and there's nothing, I repeat, nothing about your child being
That's
home.
what I'm saying. I don't know why
Nothing
it's
was
not
in
here.
here.
I don't know why it's not in
You
here.
had a chance to speak when we did the sentencing. Defendant's version. The defendant chose not to present his version of the offense. Oh, okay. So anything, we went over this? Any objections? No, no. Okay, everybody got to be heard.
I got proof for all of it. She popped up
Look,
in
that
my
should have been
phone.
done at the time when we presented all of this. That was the time, not after you thought about it for so long. That was so important. That should have been up
That's what I'm
front,
saying.
not here at the end, sir. You must do better. All right, that is all. Yes, sir.